Okay, so we got a question from Salazar that asked, how do you get involved with the Jedi community? It's a pretty simple process. It's simply a matter of finding what works for you. You could join the Jedi community easily. There's certainly a lot of ways to do so. There's a lot of groups out on Facebook. There's a lot of groups that have their own website, and offline groups are becoming more circulated throughout the world. So you could probably find one uh, somewhat close to you, depending on where you're at. But it's not about just getting involved. It's about finding a place that's good for you. It's about finding a place that will help you grow in the direction you want to grow as a Jedi, and that kind of changes depending on your focus. There's I put for a couple years back. I put together a fun little quiz to break up what I saw as the four major websites for the Jedi community at the time, and that's going to be in the links or in the description below, and you can check that out and do that for fun if you like. But it's mostly about trying to find the right fit. The one thing I would say is don't do training on Facebook, right? If you're gonna partake in online training, then find a group that actually has like a website and forums where you can really dig into the material, places where you can set up private training journals so you can actually discuss and journal your progress and the things that you're doing, and that you can do so openly with other Jedi, and not just leave it open for public consumption. As you begin the Jedi path, there will be things you'll deal with in your own life, and you'll want to discuss kind of how that relates to the Jedi way, and it will be personal. So you just don't want to throw that out on Facebook until you're comfortable with where you're at in your life and as a Jedi. But Facebook has a lot of groups which help with news, which help with saying when new groups are built, or what projects they're working on. It's a way to stay in touch with the community. So certainly you can join any kind of Jedi group on Facebook, and again, that's not hard. Go to Facebook, type in Jedi training or real Jedi, and you'll get about a lot. You'll get a lot of different options, and you can just peruse them and see what kind of vibes for you. The thing to really look for is what's offered and kind of how they approach it. If you're looking for something more of the religious nature, you're going to want to kind of tend more towards Jediism focus, as it's called in the community. While outside of the community, Jediism is kind of like an umbrella term and an all-encompassing term. Within the community, it has been for some years kind of directed towards Jedi as a religion. Jedi Realism tends to be more focused on the philosophical side of things, but also on more of as well as spirituality in an open sense, and kind of focusing on other things which which might fill in the New Age kind of categories, in ways of looking at energy healing and things of that nature. So if that interests you, that's kind of where you would want to direct your search. There are groups that kind of forego these classifications and really just focus on living as a Jedi, not really leaning towards religion or philosophy, but kind of just saying, look, this is how we live, here's the concepts we live by, here's the practices we live by, this is stuff that all Jedi do, regardless of whatever ism they choose to follow, right? Here's the underlying core, and here's how you can live by it. Here's some tips, here's some exercises. There are a few groups like that, so it all depends on what you're looking for and where you're trying to go with it. I don't know if there's really anything else you need to like actually just get involved with the community. You can do the old tried method of just typing into a search engine, real Jedi training, and kind of picking through the various results one by one, getting 3 to 5 pages deep in those results, and kind of seeing what's there for you, and kind of what stands out to you, what grabs your attention. That's always a classic way of just jumping into the community. But yeah, you can take the test. That'll kind of give you an idea, but really you're going to want some idea of why you joined the Jedi community before you just hit your trailer to a Jedi group, because it's a long process. It's going to take a while, and you might, like most Jedi, fall into the trap of thinking that the community is the path, and that is definitely a trap. When you find an online community or even an offline community, you kind of associate it automatically with being the Jedi way, and that is not the case, right? We have to keep in mind the medium being used, and the fact that people are people. There's the path, and then there's the community. These things are two different things. They should, in best case, be supportive of one another, but sometimes the community can really turn people off. That's just something to be aware of, but it goes to the point of finding a place that works for you, because you don't want to join a community that you find to be toxic or doesn't go in the direction that you're looking to go as a Jedi. It's just going to frustrate you. It's just going to turn you off on the whole idea of being a Jedi. You're going to be like, oh, this is what Jedi is. This isn't what I was looking for. This is dumb. I'm out of here. I thought it would be cool, but no, right? So you definitely want to keep in mind that the community is not the path, and but a good community will help you get to where you want to go on the path. It'll help you grow along the path. But yeah, you definitely have to figure out which kind of group or website in that helps you grow in the direction you want. And that starts with you having a good idea of what you want to do, what you're seeking to get out of it. Is it religion? Is it force powers? Is it just lightsaber dueling? Is it the robes and going to conventions, or is it more? Is it the philosophy? Is it kind of the lifestyle that appeals to you? If so, why? Really dig into it, and kind of have an idea. That will most likely evolve over time. That's not something to worry about now. But certainly it'll help you in finding a website that really speaks to you and encourages you to go in the direction you want, and that way you don't get frustrated along the path unnecessarily. You will get frustrated in training as a Jedi, I'll promise you that, especially in the community. It will happen, but that's just the nature of all growth, right? There's going to be moments where your patience is going to be tested, where you're going to want to move at a faster pace than you are, but that's just how it works. So I think that's really all there is. You can just jump in, but yeah, I'll leave the thing below and the little test below, and you can have fun with that and see where that takes you. But mainly, there's nothing wrong with the old method of kind of just Google searching it and seeing what comes up, and working with the different results, and kind of just exploring. Allow that to be your guide. Let the Force guide you to where you want to be, and just yeah, and keep an open mind of where you want to be, and what the sites are offering. That'll definitely help you out a lot. So I hope that helps in your quest of joining the Jedi community. If you have any further questions, you can leave them in comments below, and we'll tackle those one by one. Thank you for your questions, Salazar.